guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Alina Mirza and today is a new day and आज हम कोई vlog नहीं बना रहे हैं. आज एक book recommendation video होगी. जिसको आप vlog का नाम दे सकते हैं. If you want, if you don't want, you can just accept it as like a recommendation thing. So I'll be telling you 10 or like some books that might be helpful for you. I have read about them and I know what the book wants to teach us. So that's what I felt that I should also recommend some of the books because they are like giving us some good lessons, and we all should have such kind of thinking which we might learn from some good books. And I think books are our best friends and we should start reading books if we don't have this habit of reading books. So by the way, I am just wearing sunglasses because the sky is coming out once again, though I don't really care, you can see if you want, but I am looking kind of cool in this, so that's why I thought to wear it. Am I looking cool? Anyway, that's not the topic of today's video. We are going to learn something about some books. So let's just come with our first book. And the first book that I'll be telling you about is this one. Just check it out. Okay, so this is the first book, as you can see there. Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. So this book basically is, as the name suggests, this book tells us about ego, how you can control your ego. You might have seen or you might have experienced this, that sometimes people might hurt you by their words, and in return you also do the same to them and you also try to hurt them, and then you only feel bad about what you just said because you don't have that heart that the other person might have, so you start feeling guilty of what you said. So basically the point is how you can control your ego or what you can say in return when someone hurt you by their hurtful words. So basically this book tells us that silence is gold, and I think that when someone hurts you, you should just smile it off and don't give unnecessary importance to such people who try to hurt you by their words. Just ignore them, and they will get their lesson with time. So don't just get influenced by their ego and start developing something bad in you because someone is bad to you. So just peace out and smile it off. That's what this book suggests us. And there are certain ways that you might be learning in this book, like how you can control your ego. And that's it. I think that's very essential book for every one of us, and we all should be controlling our ego because ego is the biggest enemy. So don't let your ego make you a bad person. Next book is, okay, so this is the next book that we are going to be talking about. This is Hard Times from Charles Dickens, and this book basically tells us about the mechanization of human beings. So it dates back to the 19th century England's time. At that time basically industrialization was like too much, and because of that human beings turned into machines, and that's the primary goal of the author. Basically they snatch the opportunity to imagine because they are just into like a normal routine. They're just working like machines and they don't have time to think and imagine. So basically without compassion and imagination, life would be unbearable, and that's what this book suggests us. Also he criticized the blatant education system at that time, which we can see in modern times as well, though, that you're just writing something without, like, you're just writing for exam and then the next day you just completely forgot what you just you're not learning, you're just doing it for the sake of doing it, and that's what is criticized in the book. Also there are certain lessons that you can learn from this book, like so number one is like learn things that interest you, and just stick by your convictions. Do not neglect fancy as well as facts, so take both of them and then just work it out. And these lessons that you can learn from this book. Also this book suggests the importance of femininity and so much more. Like, interesting book, give it a try. Come to the next book. Okay, so this book is like one of my favorite reads. It's Flow by Mihaly, the classic work of like how to achieve happiness, and this is my favorite book because, not favorite book, but one of my favorite books, because it teaches us the great importance of solitude. And solitude is something which I really believe is like an ace thing. And through this book, you can learn how to make yourself happy without being dependent on others or outside world. So it's only you who can control your happiness, control your emotions by yourself. You don't need to depend on anyone for your emotions. So it tells us that the happiest people spend much time in a state of flow. So what is a state of flow? A state of flow is something which will a state of flow is a state in which a person is so much involved in a certain activity that he doesn't care about anything else, and he's so much involved in it, he's so much enjoying the whole thing, that he will do it even at the cost of like doing it just for the sheer happiness of doing it. He will do that work, so he's so much involved in his own world. And that is like quite interesting. It like literally tells us the power of your own self, your own soul, and a person can make himself happy or miserable regardless of what is going in like the outside world, and just by just by changing the contents of consciousness. And this is beautiful. I think this book is something very amazing, and we all should give it a try. Okay, let's just come to the next one. Okay, so this book most of you are already aware of, because this is like one of the most famous books. And this is again a very interesting book, and it teaches us so many life lessons, not just a single one. But the most important thing, first of all, the book name Ikigai, the Japanese secret to long and happy life. So basically the word Ikigai means life purpose. So it refers to defining your personal meaning of life in relation to your talents, your passions and profession, as well as what you can give to the wider world. Like the secret of a long life actually comes from finding joy and purpose every day. So like many of us, like we often struggle and ask ourselves some such questions like, why do we exist? What do we live for? What is our intention in life? And so on. And sometimes these questions are like so laborious to answer that we don't know how to answer these questions. And this book particularly help you get into like a deeper perspective about life, how you can live your life, what increases the longevity of your life. And your the life that you live, it depends on you, how you can make your life so good, and what's your daily goals, what are your daily practices, your health, your diet, anything that makes you keep going in life with purpose. Also you decide your you can like increase your span of life. That's what this book suggests, by being super happy with what you do each day. So basically this book helps you find your purpose in life. Japanese people invented this term called Ikigai, the happiness of always being busy, the art of staying young while getting old. Just look at this line, like how deep it is, the art of staying young while becoming old. So basically this means your purpose of life, your goal, something that makes you get up every day and get you working. So that's what is important. And yeah, that's so much, there's so many lessons that this book basically teaches us. So I'll be like giving you the content here. You can just read some lessons from this book, because if I'm going to be talking about this book, the vlog is going to be super long. So let's just cut it off here. Basically, in conclusion, I would like to say that purpose of life, it's not about just to live a life full of luxury. The purpose of happiness is basically to live a simple life with content and a happiness, and in a deeper perspective, there should be goal every day. Like there should be something which will make you get up, and there should be some purpose in life. So the next book is like very amazing, and it's one of the most influential book in the world, and this is the book by Vincent Norman Peale. This is The Power of Positive Thinking, and this book is actually one of the best international sellers with over 5 million copies. And the lesson that this book gives us is basically the primary objective of this book is to help the reader to gain a happy, satisfying and positive life. That's what the main primary goal of this book is, which is super amazing. And also there are certain lessons that this book teaches us. In this book, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale outlined demonstrates the power of faith, which is super amazing. Spirituality has been given like a primary importance here, which is very important. And also with the practical techniques outlined in this book, you can energize your life and give yourself the initiative to lead ambitious and purposeful life. So yeah, quite inspiring this book is. And as I told you, there are certain lessons I'll be writing down here, the lessons that you can get from this book and the practices that you should start inculcating in yourself to get that goal in your life. Are some of the things that you should be like focusing on. Believe in yourself and be kind to yourself, basically embracing self-love and improving, working on yourself. This book is again like one of the most influential book of all time, and it's one of the best self genre. That's what I would say. Yeah, clearly give it a try. If you're like sad and depressed in life, you will get help from this book, definitely. So here we are talking about another bestseller. So it's again an international bestseller by Dale Carnegie, and the book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. So basically this book, like, it gives you principles, it teaches you certain principles that you can apply in your daily life, so that, like, to become a likable person, to maintain your relationships well, and win other people over. This book basically helps you become like an attractive person, basically, you can say. Or it helps you to change other people's behavior towards you by just making them say yes without being intrusive. So there are certain tricks and tips which this book might give you, and it might be helpful for you. The first impression is the best impression, as we have already, this line is like too famous, and we all know that the first impression is the last impression. And the first impression should be ace, and for that, smile is very important. So whenever you're meeting someone, it should be like with a smile. Like, if you're meeting someone for the first time, a person with a smile and a person who's making faces, hi, so obviously you're going to be liking the person who is smiling. So yeah, that's the trick. Smile is the trick. So yeah, this book teaches us the importance of smiling and spreading positivity. Also, it's very important to make others say yes to your questions. So there should be certain way of behaving, and make others like you by making them agree to what you are saying, because it's very important to just have your own opinion, and then there should be people who are going to be liking your opinion, and for that you have to like do a little bit of work. Also, the third important thing that this book teaches us is how you can start or initiate a conversation, or how you can be a likable person, is by being able to listen. It's not always about, we don't always like people who talk about themselves all the time. So you have to be you should show genuine interest in other people's questions, in other people's life as well, if you want to gain their, if you want to like make them your friends or anything, make them likable, make you likable. So that's what you have to do. You should have the power of listening as well. It's not always good to be like talking all the time and about yourselves. No, we all are self-centered. Humans are basically self-centered most of the time, so we love to listen to our own topics. So if you are seeing someone who is ready to listen to you, then you started liking that person. That's like a very natural and basic thing. So this book basically teaches certain things, though I don't agree with so many things in this book, because of my personal disciplines or things, but there are certain things which are also like quite good, and you can take it. Yeah, that's this book suggests how to be influential, and how to make friends. But my personal opinion is that if you really like someone, like if you really think that person is good and you want to make that person your friend, that then you can do such things, but not to make everyone your your fan or anything. Don't try hard to make anyone your friend, because there should be certain you should only make the people who you think are good for your own mental peace. Not everyone is your friend, and first of all, you should be judging a person before making that person your friend, because that's very important. Otherwise, like, on a deeper perspective, liking people, like having people to like you, is not always a good idea. But okay, um, let's say because this book is an international bestseller, so there would be like something very good about it, or maybe I'm not getting what this book teaches, but to like at a certain level. But yeah, like with a certain sort of group or with certain people who are really like loved ones to you, you can try hard to get good or get likable. So the next book is this Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So in this book, this is again one of the best sellers of this author's um, creations. So yeah, this is again a very important book, as you can see with the name, like how influential it can get and how impactful this book is with the name only. So the thing in this book, the author is basically examining the power of personal beliefs and how they play an important role in a person's personal success. So beliefs are very important, and I think everyone has their own beliefs. So obviously beliefs are important, so this book is important. And how to grow rich, let's see how to. So this book basically is not about becoming rich, not specifically giving us ideas how to become rich. You'll get success if you do this or you do that, but to create an environment of self-awareness in the reader. So self-awareness first of all, and the second thing is to help the reader to gain insights and how to be effective in a time of hardships, and when the laws of the universe are like against you, how you can be more effective. So there are certain principles and there are certain ways that you can adapt to survive and grow as a person, and how to be successful basically. So it will require like time. You can't be like rich in a day or two, but you have to be in a discipline. You have to be like in a constant habit of this gratefulness and discipline, and there's certain principles, certain what should I say, there should be certain specific ideologies that you have to accept, and you have to work upon yourself to become the better person day by day. So I'll be giving you the principles. There are 13 principles that you can just follow, and they will help you becoming or growing in life. Yeah, the number one thing is desire. Desire is basically the starting point of all achievement. So the Hills try to give emphasis on desires of a human being, and you should be defining a certain goal for your life, and you should be like pouring all your heart, energy, efforts into it, and then just look at the results. Just plan a goal. There should be a certain goal, and you just have to work hard for it and achieve it before becoming it will take you like a long time to become a successful person, in case you're not lucky or anyway. But you just have to work hard for it, and you can't just get rich in a day. You have to be very much effective. It may take many years before you are successful, but if you hold on to your desires, you will eventually get what you seek. And just merely wishing for money, or merely just wishing to get rich, it will get you nowhere. You just have to work hard for it. You have to define a certain goal. You have to work for it, and then the universe will take its course. Hard work will pay off. And there's like a list of principles over here. When you read the book, you'll get to know each of them like in detail. So let's just talk about the last book that I'll be giving a review about. This book is like a different one from the previous one, which were like giving us morals and everything. So this book is basically, these are the last mysteries of the world by Reader's Digest, and basically this book is like illustrating 1500 photographs and illustrations are there, which will tells us about the human efforts to uncover the truth about the mysteries of histories, nature, science, and much more. Also, we get into this insight on various topics like life on Mars, mysticism, human origin, AIDS, and certain other different interesting entertaining topics that we can discover in this book. Yeah, so these were some of the books that I read, and that's why I'm giving you the review of it. Also, there are certain more books which I'll not be giving a review of because मैंने वो सबको देखा नहीं है. I have not give it a try, but I just went to the book market and I just saw some books which I might read in future, or I just click some pictures of it. So I can just show you the pictures of those books which I might like. They were looking quite interesting to read, and it's mostly related to history and historical things. There are some are like storybooks, so you can just give it a go and try it yourself. Yeah, the bonus books you can say I am giving you. You can just see it over here. Okay, मैं ऐसे दिखा देती हूँ. 1, okay, this one, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so these were all the books that were left, and yeah, that was the video. That was all for today. Thank you so much for watching the vlog. Actually मेरा ये बिल्कुल भी इस वक्त बुक रिव्यू का मन नहीं था, बट मैंने बहुत पहले सोचा था बुक रिव्यू के लिए, तो मेरे पास उसकी लाइक पिक्चर्स वगैरह रखी हुई थी. ऑल्सो मैंने पढ़ी भी नहीं थी अभी स्टोरीज़, तो मैंने अभी थोड़ा जितना भी मैंने बुक्स पढ़ी हैं उससे रिलेटेड मैंने आपको रिकमेंड कर दी हैं. बाकी अगर आपको ये बुक रिकमेंडेशन वीडियो व्लॉग पसंद आता है तो लेट मी नो, फिर मैं आपको और रिकमेंडेशंस दूंगी बुक्स की. So yeah, that was the vlog. Thank you so much for watching the vlog. I hope you guys like it. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon for more notifications. I'll be coming up with new videos super soon. That was all for today. Bye bye. Happy reading. Yeah.